welcome back to Skinny is a Bad Word. In case any of you guys were wondering what's going on with me, and of course I am wondering what's going on with all of you guys, social isolation is definitely taking a toll on my psyche. During this time of social isolation, it's definitely been difficult to keep motivated for continuing working out. I miss my routines. I miss the smiling faces of all of my friends. I miss going to the gym early before class starts so that I can, supposedly go and make sure that I get station number 12, but actually it's just because I wanted to go early and talk to all my friends. I would always show up like half an hour early before my class started and sit there and have fun while I'm stretching and really just talking to my girlfriends, because I just, that you don't realize how much you get out of that until you're missing that, and then you realize how much you miss it. And I definitely do miss all of my Orangetheory friends. It's kind of easy to sink to the lowest common denominator when no one's watching. And that is why it's so important to be checking in with your loved ones right now. So I know in the past I've talked about my Orangetheory New Nurse. The New Nurse are basically just the people that used to go to my local gym at the noon class. And I was one of them. I feel so lucky to have met this amazing group of women. I mean, there were some men that went there too, but for whatever reason, it was just sort of this group of women that went to the noon class that kind of gravitated towards each other. And we all became really, really close friends. And to me, right now, my Nooners, they mean more to me than they ever have in the last 4 years working out at Orangetheory. We even have 3 of the Orangetheory coaches that were coaches at our local Orangetheory that are part of our Nooners group. I absolutely feel so honored that they actually are friends of ours and continue talking to us and checking in with us, even though all 3 of them got laid off because, let's face it, businesses can't afford to pay employees right now because they can't even charge the members. So I totally understand why the owner had to lay them off, but it's a sad situation. And I feel really bad for the coaches that don't even have an opportunity to make money right now. And these are friends of mine. Like I truly care about them and I care about their well-being. And I just feel heartbroken for them right now that they don't even have a way to make money. So this group of the Nooners at Orangetheory, for many, many years, we have been doing this lovely event called Friday Frolic. I've probably talked about it in the past. But basically, we would work out all week long at noon. And then on Friday, we would take the noon class. And as soon as the class is over, we would go across a parking lot to the local on the border restaurant. And we would sit there and have what we called Friday Frolic, which is just happy hour every Friday after a week's worth of workouts. This time really became so important and so valuable to me just to have this, end of the week, a weekend kickoff with some really good friends that all of us have been working so hard towards a common goal, just taking care of our bodies and our physique and trying to be healthier. And over the years, we just developed a lot of really good memories, getting together every Friday. And we started actually planning other events. We went to a drag show one time, which was really funny. If you guys have never ever been to one, I totally recommend it. It's super fun. We had bought concert tickets, although we were going to go see Post Malone and then all that got canceled. We've just done a lot of things together and we've created a lot of memories. And these women mean so much to me, probably now more than ever. When we would go to Friday Frolic, we would always joke that probably the people at the restaurant hated seeing us. And every Friday they were probably like, here comes that stinky group again, because we would just go in there all sweaty right after class, and we really, really were sweaty and dirty and stinky. And we ended up becoming good friends with the servers and the bartenders also. So I do have to say it's been pretty difficult in the last couple of weeks just knowing that I'm not going to be able to end my week with my Friday Frolic with all of my girlfriends. It kind of feels a little bit depressing. Definitely makes it harder to force myself to do my workouts at home. So one of our Nooners that's in our Orangetheory Nooner class, her name is Suzanne Q. Hi, she's a nurse. I feel so protective of my friend Suzanne right now during this crisis. I've always been working from home, so nothing really has changed that much for me, except for that I can't go to Orangetheory. Woe is me. But there's people like Suzanne and so many other people that we know and love that are the people fighting on the front lines. And Suzanne, I want you to know that we love you. you, and we are so appreciative of you right now and all of the people that are working on the front lines. Another one of our Nooners is a 911 dispatcher. Hi, Brandy. And we always get a good kick out of all the stories she has to tell us. So let's talk about trying to stay in shape. For me anyways, it's definitely made it more difficult. I mean, are we even gonna have a bikini season this summer? I'm getting ready for my bikini body, but I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna be going to the beach this summer. Maybe we will, but you know, I don't know if I have that to be motivated by. I'm certainly no longer motivated by being charged $12 if I don't show up for my Orangetheory class, because that's not a thing anymore. I don't have the smiling faces waiting for me at the gym before I go to class. So that sucks and it's definitely made it difficult. So right now I feel like I owe a huge amount of gratitude to my Orangetheory coaches. And for some of you who maybe work out at other gyms, it's Orangetheory wasn't your thing. I don't really mean to make this exclusive to Orangetheory. I just happen to have been a member at Orangetheory. And by the way, I really wanted to appreciate Orangetheory right now because without question at all, they put everyone's membership on hold without any fee, which I really appreciate because I heard some stories about other gyms that weren't doing that, and maybe they're finally realizing that they have to do that, because how can you charge your members when your members can't even receive your service 24-hour fitness? Thank you for finally fixing that. I heard that they're finally not charging anyone. I personally want to thank my Orangetheory business owner. His name is Todd, and he owns the Orangetheory that I go to. It's a franchise, and he immediately shut it down and put everyone's membership on hold without fee, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Todd, because we shouldn't have to be spending money when we can't receive the service, as much as I realize that's going to be affecting you. And of course, I care about you too, because I want Orangetheory to come back as soon as all of this is passed. But crappy as all of that is, and it's all a big disaster and a mess, me and my Nooners and the Orangetheory coaches that I already, love so well, and I'm so used to going and taking their classes every day for the past 4 years, we have developed a way to stay in contact and to continue holding each other accountable, and I'm really excited. So we're using this super cool interface. It's called Zoom. It's a free platform if you have just the basic level. So for us, the group of Nooners that we have, there are 3 of my prior Orangetheory coaches that are a part of our group, and they've just been so amazing, and I really wanted to thank Tracy, Chloe, and Megan. You guys have no idea. You literally have no idea how important you are to the rest of us right now. We're sort of looking to you, and I recognize that's a huge responsibility, and we owe you back something as a responsibility too, but it's so difficult to stay motivated in times like this, and I cannot even tell you how much I appreciate the motivating words that you guys have had, and the sort of the joking. We have this group text among all of us, and we're always talking to each other and hearing from each other, and I absolutely love some of the things that some of them say. One of my coaches, Chloe, she has challenged us to a 4x4x4, which none of us knew what that was, but she told us. We are challenged to run, walk, or crawl, whatever it takes, 4 miles a day, 4 days a week, for 4 weeks. That's a crazy challenge. That's a lot. 4 miles is a long time to run or walk at one time. I've accepted that challenge, even though my treadmill is broken at a 10% incline. So yesterday was my very first day of doing the 4x4x4 challenge. And yes, I walked 4 miles at a 10% incline, and it took me a full hour because I can only go about 4 miles an hour at a 10% incline. That's pretty intense. And I certainly would not be doing that if it were not for my coach challenging me. So thank you so much, Chloe, and and Tracy and Megan. You guys have been there too and leading some of my classes, and I really appreciate it. You honestly have no idea how much I appreciate it. I need it. Please don't stop. If you do stop, I will chase you down and make you start again. So for me, because that was so important, I actually offered to pay my coaches. I feel like it's only fair, since I was already working from home. Nothing's really changed that much for me. I'm still earning an income, that it's only fair that I pay them directly. They're not getting paid from the company anymore because they had to get laid off. So every time one of my coaches does a Zoom session and leads us in a kind of a coaching, even if it's not that awesome, who cares? What if the signal sucks? Because sometimes it does, because there's a whole bunch of people online right now. I don't care. I just need the push right now. I need the motivation. I need the accountability right now. We've all agreed among us Nooners to go ahead and pay our coaches $8 per session, whichever coach is leading that particular Zoom class. class, we all just finish up the class and then we send them $8 through the Cash App or through Venmo or through PayPal or Zelle, any way that you can do it, just to kind of keep the economy going, even if it's, you know, a crippled level. But I mean, they're donating their time, we're benefiting from it, and I'm still working and they're not. So it's only fair that those of us that can continue to pay should pay them for their service. It's certainly worth it. So that's kind of where we're at, you guys. I'd love to hear from all of you guys. I'm sure that some of you are former Orangetheory members, and I'd love to hear if your Orangetheories are doing anything, if your coaches are as awesome as mine. At first, I used to just think that it was all Orangetheory coaches that were that awesome, but I have to admit, I went to an Orangetheory in Philadelphia, and that particular coach wasn't nearly as awesome as my coaches are. So I think it's not necessarily just having to do with whether or not you're from Orangetheory. I just think it's whether or not you're an awesome person. And I am one of those blessed people that happen to have 3 really awesome Orangetheory coaches and a whole gym full of awesome Orangetheory members. For me, I feel extremely grateful, and I hope the rest of you guys can find things to be grateful for right now, to try to look at the silver lining, to try to be encouraging to one another. We're gonna get through this. We are gonna get through this. It just might take a little bit of time. So let's try to get through it with a positive attitude while we're helping each other and while we're still maintaining our fitness. All right, guys, I'll see you next time on Skinny is a Bad Word. And don't forget, skinny is a bad word. Try to maintain your muscle. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Forever free.